Barça lost 1-2 to Paris Saint-Germain in an incredible match. In a clash of titans, two top-level rivals, the two best teams in the world faced each other, but in the end, the French side led by Luis Enrique Martinez prevailed. Subscribe and leave a comment. What did you think of the match? In this video, I'm going to give you my opinion, my summary of what I take away from this match between Barcelona and the Parisian team. I'll see you at the end, so stay until then. Let's get started. There's a lot to analyze. Well, Barca was defeated 1-2 in a match where dramatically and in a cruel way, they ended up losing in the 90th minute. Gonzalo Ramos's goal finally tipped the balance and gave the 3 points to Luis Enrique Martinez's team. Luis Enrique Martinez was key for his team to win the match because he knew how to make those adjustments at halftime that tipped the balance, as I mentioned earlier. The first half of the match was a huge spectacle, and Football Club Barcelona started off much better, with a high tempo, imposing their style of play, keeping possession, and dominating practically every area of the pitch. The first half, I would say, up until the 35th or 40th minute, Barca was the team that completely dominated the match. In fact, they controlled possession and were very dangerous. And also, Barca started out winning. They started winning in the 19th minute with a goal from Ferran Torres. But before that, in the first 5 minutes, Ferran Torres himself also had the chance to score that first goal. Then, after a great play by Pedri and Marcus Rashford, he ended up scoring the first goal of the match. That first play I mentioned was a great play by Barca, in which Amin Jamal played a through ball into space, and Ferran, with great speed and a fantastic run, got past the goalkeeper Lucas Esebalier and took a shot on goal. It was saved right on the goal line by the centre-back Savarni, who had a perfect game and prevented that first goal. You can't let that go. I think in such a close match at this level, such a great game, you can't afford to miss such a clear chance. And there Ferran missed. But I also think it was a lot thanks to the defender, who yesterday played like a superhero and cleared an incredible ball. From that point on, it's true that Barcelona completely dominated. We saw an Amin Jamal who took on defenders and had a fabulous first half. He beat Nuno Mendes with a play destined for the history books. With that, Marseille turned against two opponents and then leaving Nuno Mendes on the ground. Like I said, Pedri, Frenkie, De Jong, Marker, Rashford, Ferran, Amin, Jamal, Eric Garcia, and Gerard Martin all played an incredible first half. Barca dominated and imposed their style, but that lasted only until the 35th minute. From there, in the last stretch of the first half, that's when Paris Saint-Germain's goal came. In the 38th minute, Mayulu leveled the score and tied the game. And that goal really hurt Barca. Nuno Mendes' play was outstanding, an incredible run. Barca didn't press well, and Nuno Mendes made an amazing sprint, breaking through lines and reaching 3/4 of the field. He passed the ball to Mayulu, and Mayulu dribbled past Kubarsi, who slid to the ground but couldn't reach the ball, and then finished the play. He scored the equalizer against Chesney, and from that point on, as I said, Barca seemed to be either psychologically or, I don't know, comfortably ahead, but the team completely lost possession and was just waiting for halftime to arrive. A halftime where all the Barca fans, after seeing that Barca was better overall in the first half, trusted and thought that the second half would be even better, that Flick was going to spot the mistakes in the final third, and that Barca would step up. But the opposite happened. In the second half, Barca and Paris Saint-Germain started with the same 11 players. Barca played with Chesney Koundé, Gerard Martin, Kubarsi, and Eric Garcia. What a game from Eric Garcia. Impressive, together with Gerard Martin. They were the best in defense. In midfield, Pedri, Frenkie, and Dani Olmo played. By the way, Dani Olmo was completely missing. Up front, Marcus Rashford, Lamine Jamal, and Ferran Torres for Paris Saint-Germain. In goal, Lucas Chevalier. In defense, Hakimi, Nuno Mendes, William Pacho, and Savarni. For me, a key player in yesterday's match for the Parisian team. In midfield, in the end, the Portuguese player João Neves did not play. Zaire Emery started, playing almost the full 90 minutes with Vitinha and Fabian in midfield. Up front were Mbaye, Mayulu, and Barcola. This was the lineup both teams, both clubs used in the second half. And what happened? What we didn't want happened. What happened was that Luis Enrique, I think, found the key to what needed to be done to prevent Barça from controlling the match. He neutralized the midfield, Barça. How did he do it? For me, from what I've been able to analyze a bit, it was by creating superiority with the fullbacks. I think Hakimi and Nuno Mendes had an impressive second half. They were very involved in attack, always joining in both inside and outside. Vitinha had much more of the ball and was much more of a protagonist. He controlled the game in the second half, shutting down Pedri, Frenkie de Jong, and Dani Olmo. A Barça that didn't have the ball was left at the mercy of a Paris Saint-Germain that imposed their rhythm and their style of football. And they ended up physically exhausting Barça. They kept running and barely even touched the ball. It's true Paris Saint-Germain didn't create many chances or overwhelm us with shots. Only one ball hit the post. It's true that in the end, if you keep pushing your luck, it eventually runs out. After dominating for so long, Paris Saint-Germain finally scored dramatically in the 90th minute. Gonzalo Ramos, was it fair? I think it was fair because they deserved to win the match, because the second half was completely theirs. The truth is they dominated us completely. Barça made some changes. Valde came in, Marbernal came in for Pedri, Lewandowski came in, and Marc Casado also came onto the field. But we weren't able to stop the game, to take the ball away from them, or to play them head-to-head. They set, as I said, a high pace, total elite level, that Barça just couldn't match, couldn't do. For me, honestly, this defeat is not a tragedy. The way it happened was tough, obviously. Pires scored in the last minute, but given the situation, it seemed inevitable. And therefore, my final summary is this: zero drama. I think Barça competed well in the first half. We have to learn from what happened in the second half. Let me repeat, we faced the current Champions League winners. They missed key players, but so did we. I really missed Fermin. I really missed Rafinha. And in goal, well, Chesney did what he could. John Garcia is also key. Fermin and Rafinha were really missed at Barça, while Dani Olmo wasn't at the right level and didn't participate. And yesterday, we really noticed, also Gabi, but especially Fermin and Rafinha. No drama. It's Champions League match day, 2 on October 2, and there's a world ahead. If Barça keeps improving and focusing, I'm sure they'll challenge Paris Saint-Germain in the knockout rounds, and we'll see each other again, for sure, and we'll win the match. We should be proud of the good and learn from the bad. Like I said, I think it's a defeat, like Mourinho said that day against Barça. That's easy to digest. We know where we failed and what to improve, so that's my match summary. Share your thoughts in the comments. And smash the like button, and as I said, leave your opinion about what happened in the comments. Stay strong, culés. Keep your heads up and learn from this defeat, which will surely make us stronger. See you Sunday for the big La Liga match at the Pijuan, Sevilla versus Barcelona. Live on, Barça hoy, Barça forever.